especially our two guest speakers, Sir John Brand, the permanent representative of the UK to the EU, and His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Latif Matif. I would like to welcome you all. My name is Carolina Jules, and I'm this year's Modern European Council's president. And it's an honor for me to welcome you here in Cambridge for the 7th annual conference. And it's a great pleasure to hold this conference in the 50th year of the anniversary of the Rome Treaty. Usually it's a tradition that we have people from all over Europe, not just in the EU. And I thought this year we might be able to have a record, someone coming from Barbados. But she cancelled last minute. So I think the prize for the furthest traveled delegation should go to Turkey, Greece, and Serbia. So I think that's worth an applause for coming here. Okay, well then the prize. It's a long way, so we hope they will last quite long. We went to Brussels about 2 weeks ago to visit the European Commission, and there one of the speakers asked us why we don't do this conference over in Brussels in the real European Parliament. And afterwards we went back and thought about it and discussed it among the organizing committee. And then we kind of decided that we felt it was important that these kind of conferences also happen in the UK, which is often seen as more Eurosceptical than the continental countries. So this year I'm really excited to have so many British students also here, and I would like to welcome them as well. I think 50 years ago, in 1957, the founding fathers of the EU would probably have been very proud to see that their work had brought so many fruits, especially with the help of the internet, the Eurostar, and Ryanair. And I look forward to a wonderful weekend full of discussions, negotiations, and living the European dream, because that's what it's all about, bringing people together, the slogan of this year's anniversary. And who knows, maybe I will be able to welcome you in 10 years' time at the real Modern European Council. Real Council, not model. Thank you very much. Our next person up will be Michael Maikovsky. He's the president of the Cambridge University European Society. And this is actually the society which organizes this conference and brought all of you here. Thank you very much.
I would like to point out that the team spirit that developed amongst us over the past weeks allowed us firstly to effectively solve all problems that always crop up in the last minute, and of course, make this weekend as best as possible for you. It is extremely impressive and makes me very happy to see so many people working together effectively, yet voluntarily, and I hope it will show off this. Now, of course, the time that we put into it is important, but without any financial strength, it's very difficult for any organizer to do anything. And therefore, I would very much like to thank our sponsors. They are the oil, gas, and petrochemical company Shell, the financial institutions provider Deutsche Bank, and probably not so common name, an emerging one in the scenes of international commercial and investment banking, Best Idea.
I went to my first European Council in 1989, and I've been to a lot since. And the main difference so far is that the participants in this one are a lot better looking than usual. So
what a beautiful past, and it all breaks down. The role reversal got the music in my head. She's universal, spinning me round, she's coming over me. And it all breaks down at the first rehearsal, like I'm losing my head. She's universal, spinning me round, she's coming over.
There are kind of a range of stories about Britain and Europe. I'd like to tell a very old one, which has some links to some other, not the newest entrants. And incidentally, one of the best things about this year is that I can be in the same room as the Bulgarian ambassador to London, and Bulgaria is a member of the European Union. So, good thing for 2007, and great to be here with you. This is my Scandinavian story about Britain and Europe. It's an absolutely true story. It happened a very long time ago, and it started with a group of Vikings going to their king, who, like most Viking kings, was called Harold Bluetooth, and saying, "Your Majesty, we are going on a journey. We are going across the sea to a country called England." And he said, "Very good, my subjects. Do report back to me when you return." So they sailed across the North Sea, and they got to England, and in the way that Vikings do, they killed the men, captured the women, burnt the houses, and took the children into slavery. And they sailed back to Denmark or Sweden or Norway, depending on where your heart lies, and went to Harold Bluetooth and said, "Your Majesty, we would like to tell you about our trip to England." And he said, "Oh yes, do let me know how you got on." And they said, "We found your enemies in England, we killed the men, we captured the women, we burnt their houses, and we took their children into slavery." And the king said, "Oh, that's very interesting, but I have no enemies in England." And they said, "Your Majesty, you do now." That's completely unconnected with Britain's relationship with the European Union, but it was where I wanted to start.
I'm not going to be doing the speaking list from now on, so I will.
So you will get, because I was worried that Spain wouldn't get its views.
I was worried about that too.
Yeah.
It was quite controversial.
I think, yeah, I'm presupposing Spain has any views. That's the first hurdle.
Of course,
No, I do. I'm just, they're still.
Spain is in the
You know when you come across websites and they have the little man digging, and it says in construction. Yeah, that's sort of the stage that I'm at. Imagine the virtual little man digging that.
Are you saying Spain is in construction?
Actually, Spain is literally in construction, and that's going to be a big issue when we discuss.
I suppose biofuels are good for the initial stage of construction. You've got to have already a sort of
Well,
developed.
Later on, if you stick around, I think later on we're discussing sort of environmental sort of frameworks for new construction. Spain, after China, this is an interesting fact I discovered yesterday, is the second largest cement in the world. Yes, and its construction industry is just off the roof at the moment.
Make sure So are you planning to get cement?
Yeah, I think
cement relations.
Cement could be a sticky one.
Good one, Spain.
Thanks for reading my role as journalist.
Yeah. So,
cement, the sticky issue. I think that could be your headline.
yeah, the thing is, I don't know quite how I'm going to bring cement into it, but I think construction will be an issue. Here's our wonderful president. Grab a moment with her.
Oh, Miss Closer.
How's it going, Close?
Oh.
I think it's fine. The projectors are a bit of a mess, but I don't know whether people even need them.
But you're doing it. How do you feel the conference is going so far?
Well.
Usually step forward.
I think it's going well.
Yeah. And put in your expectations.
Yes, more than that.
And do people enjoying themselves, do you think?
I think they are, and the discussions are going really well.
I've seen lots of happy faces, I have to
Good.
say.
Do you want me
I'm doing a little documentary about this.
Do you want me to?
This is a good behind the scenes of the EU. And obviously there's lots of controversy in the press about how the EU is wasting our money and how they have lavish expense budgets and sit around in Brussels stuffing themselves. But I think here we see the reality of the kind of the frugality of